our secretary's report.
Good afternoon. Secretary report for 6/10 through 6/16. For member birthdays, we have none. For partner birthdays, we have none. But for member anniversaries, we have with hashtag who made 31 years on Sunday. And Garland Landry will make 24 years on Friday. That's a lot of years. Wedding anniversaries. I have Chris Dargo and Miss Ann on Sunday. They're celebrating 22 years. I have Chris Newell and Lisa on Thursday. We'll be celebrating 30 years. And I have Terry and Gerald Andrews on Friday celebrating 49 years. Today is National Iced Tea Day. And do I have any Rotarians with guests? Friday.
I have our three good friends that are yesterday. I have Dawn Landry, which is running for district attorney, Abbeville, and Lafayette Parish.
Nice. Well,
Which is the city prosecutor of Lafayette, Louisiana.
well,
Which is the court with Central Title, and I'll let Rob when it's time. Let the case
any other Rotarians with guests? No? Okay, I have a couple of things. Rotary International has released the schedule for this year's virtual international convention. The dates, of course, are June 20th through the 26th. I do have a link. If you don't already have one, give it to me after, and I'll be glad to give that to you and share it with you. I also have a schedule, a copy of the schedule, so if you're interested in that, I can either give you the link or I can give you the schedule. I have one extra one printed. There is a virtual conference on the Saturday, June 27th from 9 to 11, celebrating Rotary's connections. I also have a link to that if you'd like. There will be a community peace walk Saturday. It will start 8:30, line up at Pleasant Green Church. I believe that's on Martin Luther King. And it will end at the Christian Service Center. They will have some food after jambalaya. I think everyone is welcome to attend. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have a few announcements before we get to our program today. First of all, I want to thank everybody. It was such a great turnout this past Saturday to help paint the place here. Everything's starting to really shape up. And the turnout today, it's really nice for everyone to check out what's been going on here at the American Legion building. This is, I guess, phase 2, but there's 3 and 4 coming, I'm sure. There's other things we're going to do, paint the beams, so on and so forth. So it's going to be some more service projects in our near future to finish up this building. But I appreciate everybody who showed up. I'm not much of a handyman, so I brought the donuts and the lashes and all that stuff, but we did what we could. So thank you, guys. Tomorrow, the Teacher of the Year Awards, we're having a parade. I mentioned this the last 2 weeks. We're going to meet in the VC parking lot in between 5:30 and 5:45. At that time, I will huddle up with everyone, kind of give them the route that we're going on. It's going to take us to Kaplan, Maurice, and the last stop is going to be actually in Lafayette. One of our teachers lives in Lafayette. So the idea is I have the awards already. I have baskets that we had made up from Brasso's, and we also have yard signs that we're going to put in their yard. I already contacted the teachers so they know we're coming, so they'll be home. They're super excited. So if you want to join us, we're just going to drive by. A couple of board members are going to pop out the car, award them in their front yard, and then we'll hit the horns and wave to them as we drive by to the next location. Again, that will be meeting up at VC parking lot, 5:30, 5:45. Also, installation banquet's coming up on June 24th, 6 p.m., ERAP Community Center. I'm passing around sign-up sheets for the installation banquet. We also have sign-up sheets for the St. Pat's and sign-up sheets for auction items that's going around right now, so be on the lookout for that. Outside of that, we will have a meeting next week. Normally, we don't have a meeting the same week of St. Pat's, but I felt like we haven't been meeting enough because of what's been going on, so we will have a physical meeting here next Wednesday at noon. Okay? I'll call on Rob and we'll make announcements about St. Pat's.
Yeah, first, real quickly, we're still in need of auction items. I do want to thank Doug. Doug was gracious enough to donate a fishing trip to this camping grant out. Appreciate that, Doug. That's going to do well on our live auction item. We rounding up the live auction stuff. We still are in major need of silent auction items. So anything that you have that you can donate for the silent auction, you're welcome to drop off the auction items either at my shop, get with Robert, one of the other committee members, as far as that's concerned. If you still haven't purchased your tickets, we need to get on that real soon. We're going to be setting up tables next Wednesday. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, like we said, if you and your wife want to come, we're going to try to pair some Rotarians together at an 8-top table. So if you haven't purchased your tickets yet, please see the mayor, Pam, or Robert directly after the meeting to get that done. And we are going to have a setup situation next Wednesday night at about 5:30 at Duffin Shrimp Festival. So that's going to be our first night getting in there, setting up all the auction items, starting to look at tables and getting the process started. It's quite a lengthy process to get everything done. So again, if you haven't done anything yet as far as any of St. Pat stuff, please let us know. If you have your raffle tickets, please try to get your raffle tickets turned into Madeline. Thank you, Madeline, for taking care of all that for us. We appreciate it. And I think we have about 170 tickets basically sold at this point. We still have plenty of room. So if you have been contacting people and talking to them about the possibility of getting a table, please reach out to them again. We would like to have all that in place by next week.
Thank you, Robert. All right, so we'll get to our program today. I'll call up Ms. Madeline DeHart to introduce our program.
Okay, today we have something very special. We always enjoy when students, these are particular former students, come and present to us. These students are from North Vermilion, VC, and Gaynor High School. What I Want to Be was started by the Abbeville Rotary Club in 1949. How many of you remember writing your essay for What I Want to Be in life? Yeah? Any winners in here? No? Me either. This year we decided that writing a 10-page paper would no longer be the manner in which to earn the Rotary Scholarship, but rather by presenting in person, so as to have a far more updated means for the Vermilion Parish seniors who want to tell us what they would like to be in life. Today we have 3 worthy candidates who are here to present to you. Once they have completed their presentations, I will then announce the overall winner. The first person who's going to brave it is from Vermilion Catholic, Ms. Hannah Bourgeois. Please welcome her.
My name is Hannah Bourgeois. That's a picture of me. I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. Large part of my
I'm sorry. We had some more technical.
Yes, okay, thank you. A large part of my identity is rooted in Catholicism. I'm a volunteer member and core team member of the EDGE program at St. Mary Magdalene, and I'm also a volunteer core member at St. Mary Magdalene's Life Team, which is team ministry, and EDGE is middle school ministry. I recently graduated from Vermilion Catholic High School, where I was a member of FIAC, which is our Faith and Action Team, or campus ministry. And in November, our team put on VC's Kairos 3 retreat, where I gave my testimony, and our upcoming confirmation retreat for St. Mary Magdalene, I'll also be giving my testimony. A very large part of my life is education. It's very important to me because I've always understood and been very grateful for the sacrifices that my parents made in sending me to a private Catholic school, and it's always been very important to me to sort of make that a part of my life. And it's honestly, it drives me crazy to hear my peers say how annoying it is to have to go to school, because it's such a luxury to be able to do that, for us to have that power to gain that knowledge. And I've always appreciated that. And so because of that, I've kept up a 4.0 GPA throughout high school. I made a 30 composite score on my ACT. In English, that section, I made a 36. And like I said, obviously I like English. English has always been my favorite subject. I love reading and writing. And that sort of led to, it's because of the empathetic side of me. I've always been a very empathetic person. As a kid, I was just really introverted, but I noticed everything. I was very contemplative, and I would emotionally connect to people in situations that really didn't even affect me. And because of that, I've kind of grown into that. I've been acting at Abbeville for the past 6 years, which is community theater, and I've actually written 2 poems, one published in Abbeville Publishing's 2019 Rising Stars collection, and the other published in the 2020 collection. And this has led sort of into my decision to study psychology. I'm going to be majoring in psychology at UL and going on to grad school to receive my master's. The history behind that decision, when I was 12 years old, my dad committed suicide, and up to that point, I had virtually no knowledge of mental illness or anything of the sort, and so that really deeply affected me. And I've learned a lot throughout the years with my own firsthand experience of anxiety and depression, and I've come to understand a lot more of the psychology world. And I've had lots of counselors throughout the years, so I've become more aware in that sense of what's going on with other people. And I've begun advocating for mental health. Which has honestly really made a big difference for me, because I've been able to see how much that affects other people. Because even as a young teen, I was able to open up, and in that vulnerability, it caused other people to open up. And it was amazing for me to be able to see that, because it shows how much that one person can affect other people. Because I would open up just a little bit, and adults who had just been regular adults and acted completely normally around other people would open up and start crying and just telling me about their stories, because they saw my vulnerability and they were able to connect with that. And so that's always been a large part of who I am and who I want to be. And I've actually been certified through the ASSIST program, which is Applied Suicide Intervention Skills Training. I was the youngest attendee. Most were social workers and medical professionals, but they were very glad that I was there. So, I plan to be a youth counselor. I'm open and willing to counsel every age and situation, but particularly youth counseling, because youth need it the most right now. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for teens, and that shouldn't be happening, because it just shouldn't. As I said, my favorite subject is English. I'm a very good writer, and I'm planning on minoring in English at UL, and I'm hoping that that will further develop my writing skills, and I can use that in my career, whether it's writing short stories for children to help them cope and understand the world, or it's writing to the public to help inform people about the prevalence of mental illness. Whatever I do, I can do it. So, and my last thing is, I really just want to change the culture in understanding the stigma around mental illness and suicide, and I just want to get rid of all those negative connotations. And obviously I can't do that on my own, but if one person can make even the smallest difference, I want to do it. And I want to change lives on a smaller scale. If I can change just one person's life, if I can save one life, then I will have done what I was put on this earth to do. Thank you.
And our next candidate is Ava Breedlove from North Vermilion.
Hi, my name is Ava Breedlove. I recently graduated from North Vermilion High School. I was a member of the Patriot Marching Band, an active student council member, and president of the History Club. All of these organizations and several other extracurricular activities that I participated in helped me to become who I am today, and I'm forever grateful for that. Majority of my childhood, I have lived with my grandparents, and I have 2 younger siblings, and we attend the Bayou Church regularly. This is where I have really began and developed my relationship with God and really grown in my faith over the past few years. In the fall, I am planning to attend Northwestern State University, where I will major in social work and have a concentration in child welfare. As a child welfare social worker, I plan to mostly be involved with children who are going through emotional abuse, but also other forms of abuse, such as physical and sexual abuse. I'd also like to help children who are experiencing neglect. And during college, I also plan to receive my pre-law and paralegal certification, because before deciding on social work, I had considered studying law, but decided that I really wanted to be hands-on with these cases, but still represent the children from a legal standpoint in the courtroom. So I found a way where I can do both of these and participate in both whenever I start my career. And my inspiration for going into this field, and specifically this area of this field, is my childhood. Since the day I was born, my mom and dad have both been very in and out of my life. Recently, my dad has really been improving, and we've been working to rebuild our relationship. But my mom, on the other hand, has been absent for a very long time. And growing up, I went through a lot of emotional abuse and direct neglect because of her. And my younger siblings also, they spent a good bit of time in the foster care system and back and forth with CPS because of her poor decisions. And I just want to help kids who go through what me and my siblings went through. So that's why I decided to open this. Next slide. My ultimate goal is just to advocate for the best interests of all children, but specifically children who are growing up in unstable environments. But I really want to encourage parents to stay involved no matter what. I think it's important that they still play a role in helping their kids, because I wish that my mom could have stuck around a little bit longer. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for me. I feel like not having her around led to things like mental illness that Hannah had talked about. And so, I'm sorry. I really just want to bring awareness to the general public as a whole, but also to people who are in authority, such as other social workers, police officers, lawyers, politicians, anyone who can have something to do with the change that needs to be brought to the way that agencies like CPS and DCFS treat situations with children, because I feel like a cry for help from a child is often very overlooked, and a lot of people don't realize what could be going on at home. I know that for me personally, growing up, there were a lot of times when something could have been done, but nothing changed. I was still at home unhappy, missing meals and hurting myself because of my parents' poor decisions. And so I really want for there to be some sort of change that I'm hoping to make for these people to take these situations a lot more serious and do something before it's too late. I really don't like what I went through. It really sucked growing up, but I feel that the pain that I went through was God's way of calling me to serve other people, and that's what I'm planning to do with this career.
And our final candidate from Gaydon High School, Miss Amelia Abear.
Hi, my name is Amelia Abear. I'm 18 years old and I'm a recent graduate of Gaydon High School. I have been a member of the Beta Club for 4 years, the Advanced Band for 3 years, and Counted and Gifted Music Program for 3 years. I've also been a member of Girl Scouts for 11 years. So in the fall, I will be double majoring in anthropology and art history at Louisiana State University. Anthropology is the study of human history and cultures and societies, and art history is the study of how art has developed over time. I would like to eventually earn perhaps either a master's or a doctorate degree in either field or both. And I hope to one day become a museum curator, so someone who is in charge of exhibits and funding for the museum at a major and influential art museum. So, as curator, I'll have control over who is hired in the museum and what art is on display in either. If it's a smaller museum, then usually it's the entire museum, but larger museums like the Metropolitan Museum of Art, for example, it would be over one particular exhibit. And the reason for this is because museums have a major diversity problem, or a lack of diversity, that is. So most leadership positions of curators are men and white. And with the current situation going on in the country with all of the protests, which I know it might seem like it doesn't have anything to do with this, but the thing that people are focusing right now is not only police brutality against Black people, it is systematic racism that was put in place by white people for people that has been just everything's been, a lot of things in this country have been built on the back of Black people and people of color. And there's not just one definite way to change this. There's a bunch of small little things that all just add up to change these things. And I want to do my part in the art community, because most of the art on display is by white artists and male artists. In the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the majority of the art on display is by men, and also most of the artworks that are done of women are nudes. So representation is very important, and I hope to hire people of color and women more as a curator, and I also hope to have more artwork on display that is by Black artists and women artists and indigenous artists. If you ask someone, or if you ask yourself to name famous artists off the top of your head, you'll most likely hear or say Leonardo da Vinci, Vincent van Gogh, Monet, Picasso, and on. And they're all amazing artists. I'm sure we can all agree on that. And they've done some amazing work. And they're from different periods of time. They all have different styles. They're all from different countries. And the one thing they have in common, however, is that they're all
And I hope that as a museum curator that I can change this. And one way of doing this is by offering paid internships for college students, because some people may think that it has to do with experience, and maybe it just happens to be that the people who are hired as curators might just be more experienced. And most college students can't afford to work unpaid, and that is especially the case for students that are Black or from other marginalized groups. And offering paid internships would allow them to get ahead and gain the experience that they need, so hopefully they'll be hired. So I hope through my field that I can make a difference and increase diversity and do my part and use my privilege as a white person to help in racial discrimination in the way that I can. Okay, so as you can see, these ladies are wise beyond their years, and that I hope that we can have a fresh outlook on our youth that will be impacting our future. These three ladies submitted videos of themselves sharing the same information back in April. Those videos were then judged by Rotarians of an impartial committee based on our ideals as Rotarians. I'm told that the decision was not easy. And now I'll make the announcement for the winner of a $2,000 scholarship, and that goes to Miss Ava Breedlove. Thank you.
Very interesting, and we look forward to what you guys do in the future. So that's going to conclude our program with one exception. I need someone to come up if you don't mind. We pull a lottery every week. Is this it? You can just pull up. No. Last three digits, 577. Oh, there we go. Come on down, see if you have. How much is the $5? Not this week.
Yeah.
All right, so three people that we pulled are not here, so no free lunch this week. Any further business, any questions about anything we got coming up? Yes, sir.
I would like to thank all for giving us an update on coronavirus on a weekly basis, and letting us know how many cases, how many were tested, and how many tests they had